Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and we're in for a very unique video today. Basically what inspired this video was I recently shot a video for Jubilee that just came out talking about my experience with depression and my suicide attempt. It's all on Jubilee's channel. And I also made a video more in depth with like my depression story and all that kind of thing. But something that they did like edit out of the Jubilee video I wanted to elaborate on today. There was a question that was asked about if you're still feeling depressed or like having a lot of depression in your life, and a lot of people said yes, but there were two of us that said no. It was me and another girl, and she talked about how she has this mental health routine, and I thought that was so interesting because I also have a mental health routine. So I feel like it would be very beneficial to have something like that. I really wish they wouldn't have edited it out, or I got to elaborate on my mental health routine, which is why I wanted to make today's video, because it's very unique that like those that were struggling more so didn't have any kind of routine, but those that are figuring out a way to manage it have a certain list of things that we do. So I wanted to share with y'all today my list, and I really hope that this helps y'all. I know it sounds like very like random nonsense type of work, but it literally makes the biggest difference. It's all about reprogramming your mind and planting seeds of positivity. That way like all of the negativity can just kind of be swept away. So without further ado, let me get started, and I hope y'all appreciate this level of vulnerability that's about to be coming into this video. But the first thing isn't that vulnerable, and that is to make my bed. If you saw my house tour, you know I do not believe in decorative pillows. But I will just straighten out the sheets and the comforter and just make it look like a clean slate. It's very helpful, like if you're gonna be like picking out your clothes or setting your work stuff like on your bed, it's clean, and just like, I feel like your physical like life is a representation of what's going on mentally. If you're like having all this chaos in your brain and you're like really depressed, your room might be like a complete nightmare, which has totally been what my stuff has been in the past. Now I'm like very OCD and very clean. And I think it really reflects like the tidiness I have mentally that I've worked so hard for. I work equally hard for my physical body as I do my mental health. So yeah, that one is a very simple one. Just learn to make your bed every single day. It's a very good habit, and it's just like a good way to start your day. Clean slate. It literally takes like 15 seconds. The next tip I have for y'all, before y'all think it's cliche, hear me out. It is to meditate. And I wouldn't think of meditating as like you know, like what you stereotypically picture it as, sitting Indian style. It's more so of listening to a podcast. I use the app Insight Timer. This is not sponsored by them whatsoever. I think it's better than any of the other apps. I've tried most of them. Insight Timer has a million things. You can search like positivity, depression, anxiety. If you're like thinking about starting something new, like something uplifting like Christian, God, creativity, whatever it is, you can just search it and use it. And the way that I like to think of meditating and journaling's the next one, but we'll go there. We'll get into that. That one's going to be more in depth. The way I think of meditation, it's kind of like a way to clean your brain, I guess, like clean your mind. Because if you have all of these things, like you have a bad day at work, then you have a fight with your husband, then you have like all of these other issues like pounding up, that's when like you hit that breaking point. Like, I don't know if you've ever had like that moment where you're just so angry and you just like mentally or physically like erupt like with unhappiness or anger in a fight or whatever the case may be. If you meditate every day, you're no longer building that mountain. Every day you're kind of wiping the mountain clean. So your mind is just kind of at ease, and you're allowed to like, it's just like more peaceful, and you can just go with your day as opposed to having that heaviness with you constantly. It's like a feeling of being much lighter. I only meditate for like 5 minutes a day. You just pick whichever one you like and you can save them, super easy. But along with that is my next step, which is journaling. And I have a very specific way that I journal. I actually wanted to do an entry right now and read it out loud and be super hella vulnerable with you. That way you could kind of get what I mean. I'm going to try to do this to the best of my abilities, like letting y'all in on my life right now. I feel super weird about it, but I feel like it would be beneficial. So the first step is to pick a pretty journal. I forgot where I got this, but Barnes & Noble has a lot of really cool journals, if you were wondering. I like to do mine like this. I have 2 pages, and on one page I usually journal like the chaos in my brain out. Like all of the thoughts, like positive or negative or whatever they are, I put them here. Or multiple pages. And then on the last page, I split it in half and I make a list of gratitudes and self-love, like things I love about myself. And I'm just gonna do that now, and I'll just say it out loud as I'm writing because maybe this will be helpful. It's kind of weird because like I was helping my husband journal and he didn't know like how to journal. There's no like proper way to journal. This is just like how I do it. So here we go. Please don't judge me. Okay. To make this process faster, let me write what I want to say and then I will read it back to you. Okay. This one was faster than usual, but I'm trying not to use all this time. If you'll notice when I'm reading it, sometimes they make no sense and have no train of thought, and that is totally fine. It's just important for me to like get whatever's in my head out on paper and out of my brain. It says I'm currently filming a YouTube video, and I'm reminded how much I miss filming videos. I've been so unhappy at work lately, and this is reminding me of how much I want to continue making videos. On Friday, my ideas were laughed at and mocked at work. I just want to have respect. Things have been so unfair, and I'm so unhappy at work. I'm so happy Allie is moving here soon so I can have another friend. I sometimes wish I could go back to Texas with all my other friends, but I'm 110% certain I would not be fulfilled. I can't wait to start my new project. I'm having so many ideas popping into my brain, I just want to be able to share them and see them come to life in real life. So, as you can see, they're kind of all over the place. Then, I will share with you the list. Let me write my list real quick of gratitudes and self-loves, and notice sometimes your gratitudes and self-loves can be kind of weird. Okay, now that I have them written out, I will read you some of my gratitudes for today. Gluten-free cookies that my husband made me the other day, my friend Allie, my friend Savannah, our trainer Warren, Korean skincare, my glowing skin, the opportunities we have in Orange County, my faith, California weather, it's like super sunny right now, my Lexus, our safe neighborhood, my sister and our newfound relationship, Tim taking me to Nordstrom Rack yesterday, Yelp, I'm like a very avid Yelper if you didn't know, Finding the Third Door at Worlds, which is a book I found at a like business convention, and my increased relationship with God. So now I will do my self-love. So here we go. This one might be funny. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. So let me just get to it. Add that on to another gratitude. See how that's so weird. So literally I made this gratitude list and now I'm just like reflecting on gratitude. I don't know, I'm probably gonna cut out what just happened, but basically my husband just came in and told me we can go buy me a new MacBook because I'm having so many issues with my Mac computer and my MacBook. So we're gonna sell those and get just one new laptop, and that makes me so happy because I've had so many issues. So look, it just like creates more gratitude in your life. But one second, I'm almost done with my self-love list. Okay, now on to my self-love list. My newfound style, my long eyelashes, my extra large heart, my healing skin. My skin, I have a lot of skin problems if you didn't know. My new nails / new nail lady. My toned muscles, my taste in modern decorations, my little tiny feet, the way I fit into my Levi's, my new eyebrow shape, my lips, my new nude lipstick combination, my compassionate heart to the homeless, and my love for the elderly. If you didn't know, I'm so in love with elderly people. And then at the very bottom, I put a little heart with my little initial, just something cute. But those two things together, if you take anything away from this, if you meditate and then journal, it's so mentally like your shoulders can rest, you just start fresh. I highly recommend just doing it for a week straight. It totally changes your mindset and just so many benefits from it. The next step I recommend for your mental health is more so important in the mornings, if you're driving to work. I highly recommend listening to really good music that just puts you in a good mood and makes you happy. For me, personally, that is Christian music, but I get if you're not a Christian, you're probably not listening to Christian music. So if you love, getting down to some rap or, some country music or some Texas country, or maybe you like classical music, whatever it is, just listen to it and just let it kind of, make you happy and make you smile. When you study the law of attraction, which I do recommend, looking into, you'll learn that, simply just smiling and using gratitude completely rewires how your life is and your thoughts towards your life are. And so I definitely recommend listening to some good music and definitely starting your day like in a positive way. I never want to like look at my phone too much. I never want to be too involved with like drama, whether it be like celebrity drama you see like on TV, or like watching your Bravo TV shows that are like all these people arguing. It's also about being mindful of like what you're consuming like on a digital level. Like if I get on Facebook nowadays, it's so much negativity, and so I just don't want to get on Facebook anymore, and that's totally fine. It just makes me happier. I was on the phone with my dad earlier, and he's like talking about politics. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, I'm just done having that conversation. It just always ends in negativity and people like yelling and all kinds of stuff, and so I just don't want any part of that for my life anymore. And the last and final thing I recommend is getting into affirmations. For a long time, affirmations meant nothing to me, because every affirmation I heard was like, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am fit, or whatever. And stuff like that doesn't impact me. So I found, thanks to trusty Pinterest, I'll read y'all some of my favorite ones on my Pinterest. I find that finding like really good ones on Pinterest has been very helpful. My favorite one of all time, I've said it in multiple videos, is everything I need is within me. Because a lot of times, me personally, I make excuses. I make excuses as to why I can't film, as to why, I can't get fit because I need a different gym. I need all these things. I need money to be able to start my own thing and whatever. But everything I need is within me. Like, at the end of the day, anyone can have money and want to start a brand or a company. But if you don't have like the designs and the thoughts behind it, you're going to end up with nothing. Like, it really takes that talent, and I have so much within me and so many really unique talents and skills and gifts that I have to give to the world. I would have never said that years ago, but self-love really helps. And so I don't know, just always remembering everything I need is within me is super important to me. But I did want to read some of the other ones. My health and my sanity is my priority. If you've seen my video as to why I walked away from $100,000, that is purely because of my sanity. And I'm at the point right now with my current job where like my sanity is so important to me, so I'm really reevaluating my decisions again. No amount of like sanity is worth money, at least in my opinion. Some more affirmations are, I trust myself and my intuition. I do not get sidetracked with people's opinions. I believe that within me a leader is worth following. This is another really good one. I refuse to buy into the belief that everything has to happen right now. My successes today are laying the foundation for tomorrow's wild success. I will add a link below to my board for affirmations, just so y'all can get a better idea. I have so many affirmations, but what I do like to do, I haven't added them. We just moved into this house, so I haven't added them yet. But in every house, I write them on sticky notes. I put them all over. I usually put them by door frames. I put them in the bathroom. You really never know when it's going to impact you, and literally every single time you're having that really bad day where you just can't figure out I don't know, you just don't have that motivation to do something, and you're just having a tough time, and you just see it there on your wall and you read it, and it's helped me on so many bad days. Like when you're home alone, or say you don't have a husband, you're not married, or you're not living with your parents, you have to be able to pick yourself back up, and having those affirmations there has been so beneficial to me. I just put them on little sticky notes and tape them around my house, and they may not be the best fitting modern decorations, but I think they're so amazing and so incredibly beneficial. These are just some of the things I do to work on my mental health. I think it's always important to constantly be evolving and constantly working on it, because it's when you slip, that's when you fall hard and you're like, I probably should have been meditating every single day this week and I didn't. That's kind of where I'm at right now, to be totally and completely honest. I moved to a new part of town, and so I'm trying to reset my mental, how I think about things again, and so I'm really struggling right now as well. But going through this list again just reminded me of how happy it makes me to meditate and journal regularly, and how just your shoulders can relax. You just feel lighter in general. You just feel happier and lighter, and that's the only way I could really explain it. But I hope these were helpful for y'all, and if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I love talking about mental health, but hopefully this didn't come across as cliche, as taking a bubble bath and doing that whole self-love type of thing, because that's not at all what I'm about. I'm more about the internal work and letting it come out externally. I feel different about my body, my skin has healed, I feel happier, I feel beautiful, and I wouldn't have been able to say that years ago. But anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below to stick around for more. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!